Welcome back to Husker Talk with Tommy Frazier. And the offense, a lot of times, will go through the running back. And last Saturday, Rex Burkhead led the way, 11 carries, about 75 yards, including a 50-yard run off the option. What did you think of Rex?
Well, I thought he played a very good football game, considering that there was not a lot of space to run for him. You know, he did some good things. You saw that this offseason he worked on being more mobile, more elusive, and not just a power runner. You know, so I think that's going to help him down the road. And I thought last year that he got to the point to where he's trying to just be physical and it wore him down towards the end of the season. So I think this year by him trying to be more elusive and not taking those hard shots, it make him last.
Yeah, and he had a short 3-yard touchdown run, but on it he basically stopped on a dime, let the defender dive by him, and showed a little bit of that elusiveness.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I still don't think he's the guy who is going to be able to break off those long runs. And possibly one of the 3 freshmen that they ran out there. We'll start with Amir Abdullah because he came in second. What do you think of Amir?
Well, I'm just talking about all the young guys. They're young. Each one of them you saw they had their own different style of running. And early in the season, when you have that many talented young guys, you want them to try to separate themselves. And the only way they're going to do that is by playing them. And I don't think either one really separate themselves. So you might see this going for 2 or 3 weeks. But after going into the Washington game or after the Washington game going to Wyoming, you need to have Rex Burkhead your number 1 since he's an experienced veteran. You know what you're going to get from him. Then you also need to have one of the other guys, the young guys, step up and say, no, I'm the number 2 guy. Because you can't continue going and trying to give the ball, spread the ball around that many times. You know, so I think they have a real good young core running backs, but it's going to determine, those guys are going to determine who's going to be the number 2 guy right now.
Yeah, Braylon Hurd, they all had between 2 and 3 carries. I think Braylon Hurd caught a pass as well.
Right.
But with Burkhead, as you said, you know exactly what you're going to get. And Taylor, in Monday's press conference, was talking about since spring ball, him and Rex have been working a lot on the chemistry, the relationship, the spacing between those two, the main number 1s. And even then, at times, it was pretty shaky.
Right, because you got a new offense, and you're trying. Go back to you're trying so many different things. To where 1 minute he's lined up in the eye, and the quarterback's in the center. The next minute he's lined up next to the quarterback, and then the next series he's lined up behind the quarterback. You know, there are different exchange points, and there's different fake points, and it takes reps. And you don't have enough time in a college football day to have that many reps and rep that many big offenses. So of course you're gonna have some mishaps early in the season. Now if you're still having these same mishaps, then that means those guys aren't focused and concentrating. So hopefully by this week they can get those ironed out after they watch tape, see what happened, get it ironed out, and next week you won't see the same thing.
And a few of those, Rex ran into Taylor when he was passing. An option pitch turned into a handoff. And as you said earlier, against faster defenses, they'll make you pay.
Oh, they will. You know, so you got to get the timing down. If you go run the option, the most important thing is up for the running back to stay in pitch relationship than the quarterback. So that's something that is going with timing. And once they do that, you know, that play is a very successful play because now if it doesn't work, what it does is shows other teams that, hey, that's one more play you have to prepare for. Because there's not a lot of teams going to run the option because it takes too much time to do it. So if you can run the option, you already got a leg up on the other team's defense.
Yeah, but it's something that you have to put in the time to get there, and it may be a little rough this year. How did you guys practice it?
No, we spent a whole period on nothing but options, and there were times where we didn't have the receivers there, but we still had 11 guys that we had to run the option against. But we repped the option every practice about 15 minutes. And all the options we ran, we had 1 set period for that. And it was full speed, you know. So it's not something that we just called in team driven and called on Saturdays to where we thought it was going to work. We actually spent the whole period of 15 minutes each day running the option.
Yeah, if I had my way, we wouldn't see any pistol, any shotgun. Quarterback would be under center with the belly sprint dive option. But so I was pleasantly surprised on how much option we saw. But my concern is that they're kind of just having it as a play when you have to really focus on it and have the repetition down.
And I think that's what they're doing. I think they're just trying to appease Coach Osborne because I know he's been an advocate of we need to run an option, But don't do something just to appease the athletic director because that's what he wants to do. Do something because you truly believe in it and you're going to work on make it work. And until they pour forth the effort of making an option work, is what you saw Saturday is what you're going to see the rest of the year. So I think they need to take time off on it. If they're going to run it, set aside 15 minutes and run other options.
because Rex and Taylor showed that they're capable of good spacing and made some big plays off of it. With Rex's style, if it's there, he'll get it because he's quick. He may not have the jets, but if a hole's there, Rex will hit it.
Right, and you don't need to be the fastest guy to take the option pitch, but you have to. But if you have a good relationship and the quarterback attacks the defense and force that guy to commit, then you have a chance. But also you got to have the receivers downfield blocking also.
Yeah, and when we come back, we'll pick it up there with the receivers, and Quincy Enunwa, number 18, made a big hit, and we'll talk about that when we come back on Husker Talk with Tommie Frazier.